heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say.
I'm ready to roll, baby.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! What we got? 302BIRDS, Stakes. Go Birds! Oh my gosh, Chad. Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
Your favorite Chicagoan. Go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
We have finally made it to playoff football. The road to Santa Clara starts right here, not in California, not in some highlight package. It starts in Philadelphia. Cold air, loud crowd, and eventually, Grease will be on the polls. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another podcast of 302BIRDS. Dalton and Chaos Chris in the house, getting ready to preview for you guys Eagles, Niners, playoff chaos, which is why we had to bring Chaos on here. It's going to be a fun weekend, isn't it, Chris?
Oh, I'm so excited. You know, all that stuff with the regular season, it doesn't matter anymore. What the offense did in the regular season, it doesn't matter anymore. What the defense did in the regular season, doesn't matter anymore. It's time to show up right now and play the brand of football that we know how to play and go win us another Super Bowl. We're still defending champions. It's still our fucking trophy. Somebody needs to take it out of our hands, and they're not going to. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Well said, dude. Like, it all starts here. Nothing matters anymore. Last year's Super Bowl doesn't matter. The regular season doesn't matter. It's a prove it every game, and everybody's going to want our number. And speaking of everybody wanting our number, I know a lot of you guys out there want our number, so call into the show, 302-316-4848. Let's get some of your guys' thoughts on everything going around the NFL and with the Eagles this week.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is, but their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless, go Birds.
What is going on, Jesse? How are you?
What's up, my guy? I had to beat the conga line because I know you're usually guys are usually busy, but thanks for having me on.
Hey, no worries. You were first to call in, so what do you want to talk about?
Well, honestly, the closer we get, the more confidence that I have. The more confidence that I have in this Eagles defense, the more confidence that I have in Jordan Davis, and the more confidence I have in Jalen Carter on absolutely annihilating that fraudster that is Brock Purdy. I cannot see a world where the guy dominates us. Yes, I know he came back after getting hurt, but I can't see a world after what we saw earlier. You know, we've seen in these last couple games. You know, it's been a little rough, and we saw what happened in 23. 5 seconds, the dude gets knocked out. So I just can't see a world where the Eagles defense just doesn't absolutely dominate.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to me, like, yeah, you got Jalen Carter playing really well. You got Phillips playing really well. to me, the X factor right now has been Jalen Hunt. He's been incredible. I mean, the way he got that interception last week, he legit looked like a safety undercutting a route. It was insane to see from an edge rusher do that. And 6.5 sacks on the year, 2 forced fumbles. Like Jalen Hunt's been really, really good, and I don't want to say he's been like a surprise because I thought he was going to be pretty good after the season he had last year, but he's getting better as the season goes on, and it feels like he might be an X factor here soon.
And you want to talk about a guy that has really stepped up. I think he's comeback player of the year worthy. The Kobe Dean. My goodness. That dude, he turned into probably one of the top 10 edge players in all of football. He's become that much of an X factor. It's insane. So for me, that's my guy to make a big difference on Sunday.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Really good.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Well, Jesse, we appreciate you calling in, man. I hope you have a good night. Anything else you want to say on your way out?
Yeah, no, that's all I got. But got my show with Adam, Phillies Sports Pulse, Thursday night. We're bringing on a guest. You know what? I'll name drop. His name's Gerasmo Gervasilio. He is the Blue Coats radio announcer.
Wow.
First guest of the Phillies Sports Pulse era. And we're going to have a great time. Thursday night, about 7 o'clock. Be there, be square. Go Birds.
Go Birds. That sounds awesome. Congratulations on landing that guest. I'll be tuning in.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it, brother.
See you, man. Have a good night. Roth, I know you're out there. If you want to call in, right now's your chance, man. I'm holding the line for you. 302-316-4848. That's 302-316-4848 as we get ready to preview this 49ers game this weekend. But while we're waiting for that line to ring, Chris, I'll ask you, what went wrong for the Eagles against the Commanders?
They played all their backups. Like, who cares? So
you're not concerned about the loss that much. Because everybody calling in the post game was pissed. Very upset that we didn't get to see it.
It sucks. Like, in the moment, it really sucked. It's like, oh, yeah, we could have gotten number 2 seed. But then you look back on it, it's like, all right, well, we got everybody healthy. They're all healthy. We know what the Commanders like to do to our players. It seems like every single time the Commanders come in here, somebody gets hurt. Last year, it was Jalen Hurts. The year before, it was Goddard, broke his arm. Like, something always happens against the Commanders where somebody gets a big-time injury. It's just the way they play football. I'm not going to say they're dirty, but they make some questionable hits here and there. I mean, we saw it with Calcaterra. He's probably out this week. If they played their starters, that's Dallas Goedert who's out this week. So I'm fine with them resting the starters. It's fine. We're going in the playoffs. And to me, it's like it's a whole nothing burger. Like, oh, Tanner McKee played like trash. He didn't throw. He had nobody to throw to. He actually looked pretty damn good when Devontae Smith was out there. And you take away him, and it's like your other best receiver at that point is Cooper, who decides to spin the ball right in front of somebody's face and get a penalty and screws
right
up
in between their nuts. Really, I mean, you're gonna get that one. My dad and I were watching. My dad's like, "Are you kidding me?" And I'm like, "Dad, it kind of looks like he threw the ball at his nuts. Like, I'm not gonna lie,
Well, the only thing that annoyed me with that one is that the safety smacked the ball out of Cooper's hands before, like, way after the whistle was done, and that pretty much instigated it. But still, you can't get up and do that. They're going to call that every time, especially if you're an Eagle.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, it was frustrating. I think for us, we just want to see a team that could win not without our starters, but when some of our starters are there, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to all Eagles fans and say Jalen Hurts is the best QB in the NFL, right? We all obviously know he's not. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying, he's replaceable, but I am saying that Tanner McKee should be able to come in with this team and win. Like, it feels like he should be able to come in with this roster, and when it feels like, especially when Devontae Smith is out there, he's playing, he's doing his thing. I don't know. This team is still very good without Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Saquon Barkley. Like, people forget how talented this roster is, how talented this defense is, and hopefully they're going to go deep this year. We'll see. Well, if anybody wants to call in throughout the show, you guys are more than welcome. But let's go ahead and kick it to some Phillies talk. We'll keep the show moving. And the ballpark, RIP to Ballpark Tommy on the show. He'll call it eventually. Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch. So, huge shout out to Nick's Pizza. If you guys haven't, get out there in Wilmington, Delaware. Amazing pizza, local brand. When I move to Wilmington pretty soon, I will be going there a bunch and getting that Detroit style fluffy pizza and maybe a banana pizza if I get lucky. Dude, it sounds crazy, right? It's a dessert pizza first off. So now it'll make more sense. So it's like, imagine a funnel cake, but with bananas and maple syrup on top. It is so good. It is very good. I'll have to get you to try it when you come visit.
That sounds like something I might like. Yeah.
It's really good. And you put some vanilla ice cream with it. It's cool. The true Italians, Ballpark Tommy would love it. I'm not Italian, so I do my best. But we got a call in. Perfect.
Call from.
I think it's Fred who called into the Eagles postgame. Is this Fred?
Yeah, it's Freddie from Vegas.
Freddie from Vegas. How we doing?
What's up, man?
Hey, man. How you doing tonight? What do you want to talk about, Freddie?
Well, I just wanted to fill you guys in on, if you haven't noticed this, and I just tuned in, so I don't know what I just missed, but the Birds went to -5, -235, and the Bears are now underdogs. The Packers are now -1.
Wow, we did not talk about that at all. I'm actually really glad you brought that up. So, Freddie from Vegas, it's actually perfect you're coming from Vegas because you can almost set the odds for us. What's your initial take on that? I mean, do you think that that's good for the Eagles, bad for the Eagles? Do you think some of those...
By the way, I just want to correct you. My official name is actually Freddie from Philly. It's just that people, I'm letting you know I'm calling from Vegas. Anyway.
All right, well, we'll call you Freddie from Philly, and then we'll put Vegas in parentheses at the end because you're a true Eagles fan. I respect it.
Yeah, that's okay. And I round up all the Eagles fans to come over to my house to watch the game. Anyway.
Oh, that's awesome. So you get how many Eagles fans do you get out there?
I mean, there's a bunch, but I usually get like a half a dozen to a dozen that'll come over to, watch the game and stuff.
Dude, that's awesome. That's what it's all about. All right, so betting-wise, what are you thinking that Vegas is laying? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's not fair?
I'm going to post a picture on your page if you can when we're all at the Super Bowl party. I've got an Eagles one piece that I wear with, anyway, it's hilarious.
Yeah, if you want to send us stuff, dude, I'd love to see it. That's what it's all about. But betting-wise, what are you thinking?
Well, it's simple, man. I've forgotten more about gambling than most people ever know, and clearly that type of money swinging in is a direction in thinking where the game's going to go. And even though our last conversation after that last game was bad, it's funny. There's an upside to both of this, right? Because if something bad happens, we're just going to blame it on Patula. He's the scapegoat. and if not, we're just going to march on, right? But I think the Eagles could carry some momentum. We get. I just saw a post from X, aka Twitter, with Landon Dickerson coming back. Everybody's all fired up, and Cam Jurgens was talking about it's like we're bringing the band back together. He's the lead guitarist, sporting an 8-pack and all that. So yeah, it's good stuff, man. Very excited. I just hung up with my buddy in Haddonfield. And we're like, he's like, I can't even wait for Sunday to come now. I said, yeah, I'll be wearing my Packers jersey on Saturday.
Yeah, it's exciting. What do you hate the most about 49ers fans, Freddie?
I don't really have anything against 49ers fans. I honestly don't. I honestly think that I think there's a reason the line moved from 3 to 5. I think that we're going to beat the Niners. Because the running back, the all-pro running back is a little hurt, and Purdy's a choker. You throw some pressure on Purdy, and we know from before he's a choker.
Yeah.
So So that's what's up with that. And by the way, all the that's why I said last time when we said no one's unbeatable. A lot of these teams have choking quarterbacks. I mean, we've seen the Rams quarterback choke when he's under pressure.
Yeah.
You know, like in the Atlanta Monday night game. Yeah, it's easy to see that way.
Yeah, that was a really good point you brought up on the post game about how everybody is beatable. And I think that plays to the Birds' advantage. Let me ask you one more question. If there's
Sure.
any bet you would take as an Eagles fan, right? So any player, anytime touchdown, like Saquon anytime or Dallas Goedert, who or what bet are you taking on Sunday for us Eagles fans?
Well, honestly, I'm not as if you're asking me about how I personally would bet in terms of who I think is going to score and have a decent game. I think Goddard will have a good game. But in terms of my betting, I buy the points. I bought down to. I actually got the Birds -2.5. I laid 150. So I don't know if you can get that now because I did that when they were -3.5 and now they're -5. But you can buy points and then pay the odds for it. But I'd rather just win the game. And Eagles -2.5 means they only got to win by a field goal.
Yep.
That's my play.
I like that.
That's
Keep
my
it
play.
easy. Keep it calm. You know it's not going to end up in a tie because it's the playoffs, so they at least hopefully got to win by 3 as long as Elliott does his job throughout the whole game, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Well, hey, Freddie, we appreciate you calling in, man. Anything else you want to say before this playoff game this weekend?
Go Birds.
Go Birds! See you back, bro.
All right, guys. Hey, listen. Next time I come into Philly, I'll hit you guys up. We'll go hang out and grab a cheesesteak or something.
That'd be awesome, man. Let us know.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Go
You
Birds.
too, bro. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
That's a good man right there. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But we'll pause the call-ins for a second just to get to a little bit of Phillies talk. If you guys want to call in, we'll get to it after this segment. But Chris, I'll ask you the question. What do you think of this new hitting coach? Or I'm sorry, not hitting coach. I got excited there for a second.
Yeah.
Bench coach, which I guess is like in late because I had to look it up. So I guess that this is basically like an assistant coach to the GM is the way I read it.
He's basically an assistant to Thompson. So I'd assume like if Thompson for some reason actually gets upset and gets thrown out of a game, Mattingly will take over and do some situational stuff. I'm sure he'll refer to Thompson with a lot of things. To me, it's like cool. It's another name, but like Mattingly never won a World Series either. So like he's a really good guy to bring in name wise, but it's not something where it's like, okay, if Thompson's struggling, we're going to fire him and bring in Mattingly. Like it's just, to me, it is what it is. I'm still just not, I think part of it is I'm just not happy with the Phillies offseason as it is. So this to me is like, whatever. But his son is actually in the Phillies organization. He's either farm director. He's very high up in the front office. His son Preston. So I'd assume that's why Don is here. So yeah, I mean it is what it is for me. I'm like whatever, cool, fine.
Yeah, sorry, I'm saving Freddie's contact info in the Google Voice. I saved it as Freddie from Philly in parentheses Vegas. I told you I got you, man. But do you think that there's any conflict of interest there? I was going to ask you, with that being said, his son being within the organization, or do you think that that's why he came to Philly?
Yeah, it's probably why he came here. I mean, there might be a little bit of conflict of interest there, but it's a bench coach, so it's not that big of a deal. Like I really don't know how much say he's going to have. Now, saying that, the Phillies bench coach when Joe Girardi was here was Rob Thompson. So does that mean this guy's going to be the next manager? I don't think so, because I think he probably could have gotten a manager job somewhere else if he wanted to. But we'll see. I think it's just, to me, it just feels like Mattingly's never been able to get over that hump and win the World Series. So it's like, is he really any better than what Thompson is? Is he any better the whole rest of this team.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
how much of an upgrade really is it?
Yeah.
Makes sense. Moving on now. That's actually the reason why he's not here is because he's at the actual court tonight.
You are now listening to KJ's Court Sixers Talk presented by the Sleeper app.
All right. So KJ basically wanted me to say that the 76ers have been very inconsistent. And I know that that's got a lot of fans upset. VJ's having insane games, but then they lose games to teams like the Nuggets. And I love how Jess put the thumbnail on the Sixers postgame. It said, "Really, the Nuggets?" I thought that was so funny. Good job on that, Jess. But they are up right now currently on the Washington Wizards, 78-70. Last time I checked in quarter 3 with 6:19 seconds left. Rey Mysterio, if you know, you know. But yeah, it's a little bit of WWE action, right? But what do you think about this team, Chris? I know we're all trying to go to a game sometime soon if we can. Will it be worth the money?
So I'm going to preface this. I've barely watched any of them. Like, I'm still not back yet. I'm not there yet. Like, I've watched a little bit of Edgecombe because I feel like he's exciting. But to me, they're just not, they're not a championship team. And it's just like, okay, are we going to do the same thing where we, either lose in the first round or lose in the second round, and then we're just back to the same part again? I feel like this team isn't as good as the teams before that didn't win. So why is this team good enough? I just don't know. Now, saying that, they're playing really well tonight. They got 3 guys with 20 points or more. And it seems like Paul George is actually playing really well recently. So maybe like they found the fountain of youth there, and those two are going to actually play well. If Paul George and Embiid can play like they can, and Maxey and VJ keep doing what they're doing, they can win a championship. I just don't believe they're going to.
Yeah. Yeah, it really depends on how far I think the organization can put them in the position to be, because you hear rumors now that they might trade McCain. Okay, well, what are you going to get in exchange for that? Because you're giving up a lot of talent, right? Now, I understand you may have a surplus of guards, but what are you going to get in return? And then on the flip side, too, I'm even hearing that they're thinking about trading Paul George now, as I'm looking up stories, like with just the way that he's playing. And looking back on that, right, we all knew that Paul George signing was not a good signing for the Sixers in the moment. We all were like, they probably shouldn't do this, but what else are they going to do? Like, right? And that is just, looking back on it, that is not a good reason. I mean, we knew this in the moment, but like, we really learned our lesson now. That is not a good reason to sign a player, to tie up millions of dollars in capital in one guy that really, I hate to say it, is pretty unreliable. So my hope is that the Sixers can get it together. They can be a more complete team, and that these younger guards can kind of take control of this team so that the Sixers have no other chance but to just kind of fold and trade Paul George. They're gonna have a loss for it. Don't get me wrong. But at this point, it's like I'd rather cut our loss with him than keep him on the team, because I almost feel like he's a cancer being around that team, because he's just showing younger players and other guys that you, as an organization, tolerate that. Like him and Embiid. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah, to me, they made the same mistake they made with Tobias Harris all over again. Now, I get it. He's a bigger, like Paul George is a bigger name. Paul George was a much better player before. But I mean, right now he's playing really well. And if he can play this role and play it well, then it's fine. They're never going to get the full value out of his contract. But you're also, it's so hard for the Sixers to trade for anybody because nobody ever wants to come play here. So, but if he could play like what he's playing right now and continue this, then fine. If he can be a 15 to 18 point per game and play good defense, that's perfect. That's fine. You can use that. And as long as Embiid doesn't try to get too much in the way, they're fine. But I just don't know if that's going to happen, or if these guys are going to get, ball hungry in the playoffs and just want to shoot over and over and over and over and over again. But I just like the way Maxey's running this team right now and feel like he is the future, and you might as well just roll with what Maxey's doing.
Yeah. I definitely think that that's the truth. Like he's the most complete player that we have, and then you have some really good talent behind him with VJ. Like honestly, I would cut my losses with McCain. Not even cut my losses. I would really just do my best to get.
I think you can get really good value for McCain or
Yeah.
Grimes.
Yeah,
I think that
him, you're
was the
right.
biggest frustrating
Grimes I didn't
point.
even think about.
That was the biggest frustrating point for me when they drafted Edgecombe. It wasn't that Edgecombe wasn't the right player. It's that they had all these guards already. And it's like, you really could have used another really good wing player. Like if they could somehow find a younger Paul George, that would be perfect. But good luck doing that. Like, I don't know if McCain's going to get you somebody that good. McCain had a hell of a year last year, but he also got hurt, and he's not playing that great this year. What's his value? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you really going to get in return for him? So they need to figure it out and keep him. What's up, Dennis? Here you go. Here's a big smile for you, handsome. There you go, pal. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting seeing where the Sixers are headed. Glad that they got VJ. Let's go ahead and take it to our Flyers segment.
He shoots, he scores! Time for slap shots with Zep. Flyers talk from 302 Birds.
I love that Chris is cracking up. I'm cracking up. But make sure you guys use TickPick, for real. TickPick is the best place to get your tickets with no fees. That's the main reason why I wanted to use that intro. But man, oh man, what a night last night. First off, a bad night for Cutter and a great night for Porter.
Yeah, you mean Trevor?
Sorry. Yeah, Trevor.
Porter's not here yet.
But that was his former team last night, correct? Or
yes, it was. Him and Drysdale both came from there. You know, it was. I was texting with our boy El Parcero last night, and so Cutter scored the first goal of the game, and we were both like, "Oh shit, here we go, here it goes." And then like 2 seconds later, Zegras answers back, fires one home. And then another 2 minutes later, he fires another one home. I'm like, oh my God, they got somebody here. And the fire that Zegras played with last night was intense. And it's something that like I haven't seen from a Flyer since Claude Giroux. Like the way that he was able to take over a game, and you just saw, even though he didn't get the hat trick, he was just in control the whole game. The passing, the defense, everything from Zegras was really, really good. And it was great to see against Cutter, who is a quitter, as Jaden said. He is right. He's a quitter, and he's a bum. And also, number 44, I hate you. You're a bum. It's a dirty hit. He took it. I don't know if you watched all the game last night or not, Dalton. But
no, I only saw the highlights today.
So number 44 decided to fully elbow Drysdale in the face when he was away from the puck, and they almost needed to take him out on a stretcher. It was that bad.
Wow.
So, number 44 got thrown out of the game. He's a bum, and he's soft, and I hate him. Yo, KJ. So number 44 is just as bad as Cutter in my mind.
Yeah, that is pretty bad, dude. I'm not going to sit here and talk Flyers. As you guys know, I already didn't even get Trevor's name right. But that is really exciting to hear that you're comparing somebody to Claude Giroux. Because if there's one Flyer I can name over the past 20 years, it's definitely Claude Giroux. I mean, that's pretty notable if you're comparing to him.
It's just, they're not really the same type player, but it's just the energy that he was playing with last night. And did you see the interview with Zegras last night?
Oh, I saw what you posted, I think. Was that it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, fucking awesome. Fucking awesome.
What did he say?
Something like it was fucking awesome. And he said fuck twice on live TV. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. The Boo Birds, the Broad Street Bullies were the best Flyer. You know, honestly, like
where WHERE.
Yeah, where welcome
to Philly.
I'll go with Philly. But no, they're in position for a playoff spot right now. Like I'm excited for if it happens. Playoff hockey is going to be really, really fun. I haven't, out of all 4 teams, that's the one I haven't been able to go to. I even went to a Union playoff game. So the Flyers are the one that I haven't been to. I'm hoping I get a chance to go there this year.
Yeah, that dude, I'll say this. I'm not going to have any idea what's going on, but I'll be going absolutely ape shit if I get into a Flyers playoff game. Like, I feel like if you could rank playoff atmospheres in Philadelphia, right? I honestly would rank them like this. Ready? And this may be a hot take. Eagles 1. Shocker. We get like 3 of them, 3 games. Flyers 2. I haven't even been to a Flyers playoff game. But hear me out. That shit condensed is very hard to compete with. And then obviously the Phillies would be 3. The Flyers Phillies, I think, is closer than people think. And I know you're a Phillies guy, so you'd probably say Red October's 1. I get it.
Honestly, so here's what's difficult because we've seen the Eagles win twice recently.
Yeah.
I think the biggest difference is the Super Bowl is in a neutral site. The World Series was here. We saw Bryce Harper hit an absolute nuke in Citizens Bank Park in the World Series. And that place shook and broke decibel meters. Like, it broke baseball records for decibels in the playoffs. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's tough. I think I would put the Eagles slightly above them. I don't think I could put the Flyers above the Phillies, though. I think Flyers above Sixers is really easy, though. Sixers
Easy.
Yeah, like, it's not that Sixers playoffs aren't fun because it is a big atmosphere, but I think regular season Eagles games are about the same level as Sixers playoff games.
Yeah. Yeah, I would actually 100% agree with that. That's a valid take. Now, I don't know though, man. I feel like a Flyers playoff game could compete more with than people think with a Phillies Red October playoff game. Not a World Series Red October play. Like, that's nuts. That might even be top tier right there. Like, that may even beat an Eagles NFC Championship game is Red October, because you got to keep in mind that's one of the few opportunities to hoist the trophy in Philadelphia. Like, that doesn't happen very often. So the fact that, we could actually have the hoisting of a trophy at a local stadium would be absolutely bonkers. Yeah. I guess that the last time that happened would have been the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
83 when the Sixers won, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah. Sixers won 83.
So it's been over 45 years.
I mean, well, the Phillies won at home.
50.
The Phillies won at home. 08 was at home.
Oh, yeah. 08. You're right. So they did. I just remember how that felt. That's probably why. And I would be interested to see how it would be again if Philadelphia won a championship in Philadelphia. Because I just remember, like, what that feeling. Like, I feel like for a week, the world stood still. And even during the World Series, during 2022, nobody did shit that week at work. Like, everybody was just focused on the Phillies. It was awesome. It was a really cool time.
I will say that I was at both the bat spike game and the game where Saquon ran away in the snow.
Oh, that's sick.
The bat spike was much louder than when Saquon ran away in the snow. Not that it wasn't loud, but, like, the place was physically shaking after the bat spike. Like, it's the loudest I've ever heard a stadium. And you also got to realize, like, there's 25,000 less people in Citizens Bank Park, 20,000 less people. Like, it's a big difference in crowd. But, like, Citizens Bank Park with the Phillies are there. It's just different.
That was just such a hype moment too.
Yeah.
When that bat spike happened, I remember watching that on TV. I could only imagine what that was like being there. That had to be insane.
It was crazy. Yeah. Speaking of crazy, here we go.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy, getting into our final topic, the knockout punch Hit that intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The final word, the boldest take, the mic drop moment that hits harder than a Rocky's right hook. This is the Knockout Punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the undefeated king of Delaware steaks. Bold takes, big bites. Let's swing.
All right, I've been stewing on this pick all week, just thinking, okay, what do I want my Balboa's hot take to be of the week? And shout out to Balboa Steaks in Newark, Delaware. Best cheesesteaks, king of Delaware steaks. Had it for dinner tonight, actually. Exceptional cheese fries, exceptional cheesesteak, Cooper Sharp. They slice around their meat. Amazing. But what is my knockout take on the knockout punch? Vic Fangio and the Philadelphia Eagles defense will hold the 49ers to a total of under 15 points. That is my knockout take. I really think that they're going to put up like a touchdown and maybe 2 field goals. The final score, like I don't see the 49ers scoring more than 13 points at most. Whether or not it's a blocked field goal and that, whether or not it's 2 field goals and then a touchdown, whether or not it's, 12 points and they get 4 field goals. The way that they are dilapidated, the way that they are injured, this Eagles defense should have a tune-up game and go out there and dominate. And the one thing I'll say, I absolutely love Vic Fangio in his interviews today or yesterday, whenever that was. And people were asking him, well, what do you think of Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers offense? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to give you any of my secrets. I'm not going to give them any information. And I think that that is such a professional, smart answer. Like, do not say a word. Do not give them any reason to think that you're looking for this or you're not looking for this or that. Just go out there and play. Let him do his thing. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I think Vic Fangio is one of the best, if not the best, defensive play caller in the NFL right now. It's funny of how when he first came here, we didn't really know what to expect. He was a consultant before, and boy, oh boy, did they knock that out. I did not honestly ever think anybody could outdo Jim Schwartz. Never thought anybody would outdo Jim Schwartz in that like 2016 to 2018 run, especially when Malcolm Jenkins was in his prime, Brandon Graham was in his prime, Fletcher Cox. Like, that was such an elite Eagles defense. I never thought anybody would top that in my lifetime. A couple years later, here's Vic Fangio from Scranton, Pennsylvania, Dunmore, PA, absolutely tearing it up. So that is my knockout take this week. But Chaos Chris, I'll pose the question to you. What is your knockout take this week?
Well, it's very similar to yours. I'm going to say my knockout take is Jalen Carter's going to get a strip sack in this game. And that's going to be what the Eagles are going to win on. I think it's going to be a 17-14 game. The Eagles win. It's going to be really close. But the Eagles are going to get it done. And we're moving on.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful game. Stay tuned. If any of you guys are going to be out there, please shoot us a DM on Instagram. I know KJ will definitely be out there because his family has season tickets. I don't know if I will be out there yet. I'm leaning towards yeah, because I would love to go out there and do interviews. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get there and if I do go in, how much it's going to cost. So
they're not too bad. I was looking on TickPick earlier.
They're
not too bad.
It's not bad at all. I'm kind of leaning towards I might figure it out because it's going to be a very memorable experience, and that game is going to be hilarious. But if you guys haven't, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. All those little things really help a ton. I appreciate everybody who called in tonight. I really do. You guys are great. And if you guys haven't, like I said, subscribe, like, comment. If you're on Spotify, do the same. And if you're watching the game this weekend, please be safe. Please be smart. And let's go Birds. Thank you for helping tonight, Chris. I appreciate you, bro.
Hell yeah. Appreciate being on.
Cool. See you guys.
What we got? 302BIRDS, Steaks. Go Birds.
302 Birds.